Wednesday Season 2, Part 2 is right around the corner, and the August trailer left fans buzzing with cryptic clues, supernatural twists, and lore-heavy reveals. Part 2 looks like it's about to shake the entire Addams universe. Today, let's break down all the hidden details and symbolic meanings you might have missed, and explain how they all tie together into a finale that will shock everyone. The most unexpected surprise doesn't come from Nevermore's walls or even its ghosts. It comes from a pop icon stepping straight into Wednesday's macabre world, and her arrival could change the show's mythology in ways no one saw coming. Pop icon Lady Gaga joins Wednesday in a mysterious cameo tailor-made for the show's morbid aesthetic. According to Variety, Gaga recorded an original track, Dead Dance, for Season 2. In August, she was literally spotted filming its music video with Tim Burton on Mexico's fabled Isla de las Muñecas, Island of the Dolls, a swampy island festooned with hanging dolls and said to be haunted. Leaked footage shows Gaga dressed in white, made up like a zombie, dancing among dangling dolls and twisted trees. Fans speculate Dead Dance could accompany a ritual scene or vision. Perhaps Wednesday undergoes a trance or prophetic dream, where Gaga's character performs a dance macabre, teaching Wednesday through song how to commune with the dead. The line Gaga whispers in the trailer, "Beware, there will be a price to pay," feels like lyrics or a warning from beyond.
Beware, there will be a price to pay.
The symbolism of dance is strong in Wednesday's journey. Recall her viral Season 1 dance. The song's lyrics remain under wraps, but rumors hint at verses like, "When you killed me inside, that's when I came alive," which means resurrection and empowerment through pain. Thematically, this resonates with Wednesday's arc of using trauma as fuel to fight fate. Tim Burton described Gaga as an inspirational artist who lit up the set, and it's likely her creative fingerprints are all over Dead Dance. Perhaps the song's choreography or melody hides references to Nevermore's past, or its lyrics foreshadow Wednesday's choices. The video's filming on the Island of the Dolls, with its lore of appeasing a drowned girl's spirit by hanging dolls, might parallel the show's storyline of appeasing restless souls. But the show doesn't stop at Gaga's eerie performance. Part 2 also introduces new characters tied directly to Nevermore's music and mystery, like a professor whose presence could unlock secrets just as powerful as any song. Professor Isadora Izzy Capri stands out as more than a typical teacher. She's introduced as the Academy's new head of music, but Isadora is far from ordinary. In fact, Netflix describes her as an accomplished musician, a werewolf, and one of the rare adults who can spar with Wednesday without missing a beat. This implies Isadora matches Wednesday's wit, and might even challenge our heroine's aloof demeanor. Lore-wise, Capri being a werewolf instantly connects her to Enid, Wednesday's roommate who wolfed out in Season 1. Isadora is positioned as a werewolf mentor for Enid, helping the young wolf girl embrace and control her powers. That means we'll likely see Isadora guiding Enid through moonlit growing pains, perhaps a musical method to tame the beast within, like lullabies for lycanthropes. Moreover, Isadora's mysterious past has fans buzzing. Netflix teases that she has an interesting past, hinting that her history at Nevermore, maybe as an alumna, ties into buried conspiracies at the school. Could she have been at Nevermore during the original Hyde killings or the Gates family drama decades ago? Maybe she lost someone to Willow Hill's experiments, giving her personal stakes in the season's mystery. There's speculation that Isadora's musical prowess might even have a supernatural edge, perhaps a siren-like ability or knowledge of occult harmonics. Music has power in the Addams world, after all. At minimum, expect Piper's character to be a vital source of arcane knowledge. She might be the one to recognize an ancient melody or ritual, cue Dead Dance, that Wednesday needs. Isadora Capri basically checks all the boxes. Witty ally, mentor to a main character, and a keeper of secrets that could crack the season's central mystery. One of the most surprising shifts comes from a character fans thought they already knew. We're talking about Uncle Fester, who's been mostly comic relief up until now, but is about to step into the story in a much bigger, darker way. Uncle Fester is set to be more integral this season, evolving from a mere gag character into a supernatural sleuth. In Part 1, Fester actually infiltrated Willow Hill Asylum as a patient, gathering intel on illicit experiments. This backstory not only provides crucial clues to Wednesday, but it also cements Fester as a link between the living and the occult. In the trailer, we glimpse him alongside Wednesday in eerie locations, hinting he'll help unravel mysteries rather than just crack jokes. Armisen himself teased that Fester has new avenues this season, and even a quirky romantic subplot, showing he's enjoying life and offering more than zany antics. All of this shows Fester's knowledge of dark experiments, and maybe a few new electrical tricks up his sleeve, will make him a key ally in Wednesday's fight against evil, a far cry from the bumbling uncle stereotype. But Fester isn't the only one stepping into new territory. The trailer also shows that Nevermore Academy itself may be more alive and more haunted than we ever imagined. The trailer introduces a haunting concept. Nevermore Academy itself seemingly refuses to let the dead go. Principal Weems returns as a ghostly spirit guide for Wednesday, declaring, "Did you really think Nevermore would let me go so easily? I was never gone. You just stopped looking." This cryptic line hinted that the very halls of Nevermore are alive with ancestral energy, holding onto the souls of those who perished on its grounds. The living corridor of Nevermore can be seen as a literal and symbolic gateway. Portraits watch you, shadows move independently, and perhaps it's where Weems manifest to counsel Wednesday. In Addams Family lore and gothic fiction, homes often trap spirits, and here Nevermore acts as a character itself. The corridor's lore hints it might connect to a ghostly realm, enabling Weems, and possibly other long-dead alumni, to intervene in the mortal world. This sets a lore-heavy stage. Wednesday may not only communicate with Weems in that liminal hallway, but possibly tap into a well of ancestral Addams spirits for help. It's a subtle but spine-tingling detail. The idea that the school's very architecture is a conduit for unfinished business and protective ghosts, ensuring that even in death, outcasts like Weems guard Nevermore's future. A major mythology dump in Season 2. Part 1 revolved around Willow Hill, a gothic psychiatric hospital for outcasts that hid a twisted secret. Wednesday and Uncle Fester uncover that Lois, the mystery tormentor plaguing their investigation, is not a person at all, but an acronym, Long-Term Outcast Integration Study. Decades ago, Augustus Stonehurst, a zealot normie scientist, ran this program to steal outcasts' powers and transfer them to normies. Essentially, Willow Hill was conducting X-Men-like experiments on outcasts, trying to integrate their abilities into normal humans. We even see one frail, nameless woman beg Wednesday to let her die amid the escape. Hidden detail alert, it's heavily implied this woman is Aunt Ophelia, Morticia Addams' long-lost sister, mentioned multiple times earlier in the season. In classic Addams lore, Morticia indeed had a sister named Ophelia, so the show is pulling a deep cut here. The notion that Aunt Ophelia was imprisoned and experimented on for years adds a personal stake to Willow Hill's plot. Wednesday's own flesh and blood was a victim. Now, I want to point out something a viewer commented on my previous video. Fester would have recognized Ophelia instantly. He saw the unnamed patient when Wednesday did, and at first glance, that seems like a fair catch. If she's Morticia's sister, wouldn't Fester know her right away? But here's why that doesn't have to be the case. This version of Ophelia has been experimented on for years. The LOS program didn't just imprison her, it warped, starved, and nearly erased her humanity. By the time Wednesday and Fester encounter her, she's frail, scarred, and almost unrecognizable. Add to that the fact that the Addams family in this show is fractured and secretive. We don't even know how much contact Fester had with Ophelia before her disappearance. For all we know, he may have last seen her decades ago, long before Willow Hill twisted her beyond recognition. So no, Fester's lack of immediate recognition doesn't disprove the Ophelia theory. She's so broken that even her own family can't recognize her at first, which means the real emotional gut punch could be saved for part 2, when Morticia herself comes face to face with what became of her sister. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming ones. Drop your theories in the comments. What do you think will shock us most in the finale? Until next time.